does. I think I've told myself there's one motto that I live by.
Yeah.
Show up, never give up.
Yeah.
I think that's me. I've decided that as soon as I start something, I'm going to make sure that I show up.
Yeah.
And I will never give up.
Hello, this is Masa at African Succeed podcast. I am with my guest today. She is CEO for Service Xcellence. We are going to be talking to her about what she's doing. The company, actually, at the beginning, we have already said that this podcast itself is for uncovering, or rather finding, successful Africans. We are telling our stories, and today, this is actually our very first guest. Segametsi Mafa, yes, you can go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for hosting me, and I'm very excited to be here. Like you mentioned, my name is Segametsi Mafa.
Yes.
From Service Xcellence. It's an ICT and management consultancy business which was founded in 2020 in the midst of COVID. That's when we also found our ground. But yeah, this is who we are.
Yes, but I'm going to ask you another question, perhaps that will take you a little bit backwards. People don't just start companies. Actually, it's scary to start a company. It's really scary because I know that when I was working, I used to actually think, can I actually run a company? And you all these things come into your mind and say, I need to do this, I need to do that, and there are so many things in my head. Before you know it, I completely sabotage myself. And the reason you are here to start with is because you actually did that. And to me, I call that success. Right from the beginning, before you get to wherever you want to go, because I know you have a broader goal. So how did you, even before you actually even had the company, what pushed you to get to do it?
I think from the longest of times, I've always been entrepreneurial. When I look back to the time when I was still studying at University of Botswana, I sold Tupperware. It used to be common during that time. So I sold Tupperware, I bought it, I owned it, and I sold to some students and some other clients outside school. Fast forward to when I finished school, I also sold Table Charm. Table Charm is another similar to Tupperware, but they specialize in glassware. So in terms of my kitchen and everything, I would sell that thing to a lot of clients. I also at one point owned a salon, a hair salon. And I think as I continue to do that, yes, the need was for me to create excitement for myself and to see that, okay, one day I believe I'm going to be a CEO or an MD of a bigger company, but I'm not sure what. But because I'm an ICT person, I've always given jobs to companies to come and serve us, to different contractors. And as they continue to serve us, I most of the time found myself sitting on the other side, mentoring them or telling them how to serve us better. So I told myself that, you know what, one day I'm going to own a company and I'm going to use all these principles that I'm sharing with these guys to make the better and the most of my company. So yes, as a mentor for different people and as a coach for different people, I realized that I have this thing that keeps telling me that one day you are going to own a business. And I had told myself that I'm going to retire. During our time when we were growing up, 50 was quite a huge age. And I thought when I get to 50, I will retire. So I'm not yet 50, but it came much earlier. And I think it was late. But nonetheless, I started.
Oh, wonderful. Now, I know you as the CEO of Service Xcellence, like I said. Can you tell us what it is that you do? What does Service Xcellence really stand for?
Service Xcellence stands for performance, high performance really, in terms of serving customers. ICT is an enabler everywhere. We enable different organizations to function effectively. So we are servants for most organizations. Where we work, And where we do partnerships, you will find us at the grass level. You will find us at the foundation to enable you to flourish. And therefore, that is where the name service comes from in the first place, and then where excellence also comes in. To say wherever we put our footprint, wherever we partner, wherever we do a product or anything for a client, it must be excellent in terms of the outcome. But we do understand and acknowledge that we are a service provider, and therefore what we do currently is to market ourselves as an IT service management and IT governance company, because those are the areas that we see lacking. A lot of us focus on technical areas of IT, which we are also doing, because everyone is doing them, the networks, the supply of laptops and desktops. We have the capability to do those as well. But we are saying what we see lacking is the processes, the policies, the governance part of IT in a lot of organizations. And especially in this era where we are talking digital transformation, adoption of technology has increased. And therefore we need to know how to manage it. It is no longer about the people only, it is about the technology. How do we manage it and ensure that it gives us the results that we want? From defining the processes, from capacitating your people to use the technology, from defining the policies that ensures that our technology is protected as well as the people, to ensuring that everyone works optimally, basically.
Okay, now my second question will be, or rather actually my you are a woman. We all know actually, maybe it's actually a global thing, that when you actually talk about ICT and stuff like that, somebody starting a company is normally really more like it's reserved for men, and you are a woman. Can you talk about that part?
It's very strange, and like you are saying, it's not very common for women to be in businesses like this one. I graduated from the University of Botswana in 2001 after completing my Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science. And I look back at the organizations that I've worked for. And I think for most part, I was one woman against many men in the areas that I've worked in. And I take pride in that, and sometimes I've even started putting on my portfolio and my profile that I was the first woman to be employed at University of Botswana when they were growing their IT department. I was the first assistant user support manager against a team of 9. So I was one and there were 8 men. And then I moved from University of Botswana, I'm just starting it there. I moved to Botswana Examinations Council, where I was also the first woman in leadership in IT. And then I moved to Dapswana. I worked in Dapswana for 7 years. Mind you, Dapswana is a highly male-dominated organization because it's a mining environment. And so we have so many men in all the professional cadres. We have so many men. And we have men a lot in leadership as well. So there are very few women. And I was in the middle of the mining town, and I was the only IT woman and the first one to have survived that mine for 7 years to start with. Women who've been there have not even worked for a year at manager level in IT. And I think it's the resilience that I brought in. And again, I think I work a lot with people. I engage. Also, I've realized that, you know, with IT, because we enable the business, then you need to understand the business. The minute I stepped to Dapswana, I realized that, you know what, I'm in a different playing field. I don't understand anything, I don't know anything. So the best bet would be for me to start at the beginning with the value process, the Dapswana mining process. I needed to be on the ground to understand first how they do it in terms of the pit. I needed to go down, go through those big trucks, you know, go into the truck, go under the wheel, understand how these wheels are put together. You know, it was very interesting because some of the technical things that I saw women doing in the mine, I realized that, wow, we have few women, yes, but we still have women. I think that's what made me stand out. We still had women who were mechanical engineers and working under those huge trucks. I mean, a truck tire is as high as this house. If I can give an example. So when I stand next to the tire, I'm halfway to the top of the tire. But there are women who worked in there, and I thought, IT is such a very blessed field because I can work in the office,
Yeah.
I can work outside. But look at these women who spend 8 hours outside and in this messy environment. And I decided I'm going to do it. No matter how everyone tells me it's hard. Remember, I was a town girl coming from the city with those stilettos. I was a corporate girl. But now I had to change and put into those steel tall safety boots.
Yeah.
I needed to wear those reflective clothes every day if I really needed to get deep and understand.
Yeah.
But that's what I did. I understood the organization. I knew where they are going. I understood the corporate strategy, not just the IT strategy. I found my foot in the business.
Yeah.
And that made me excel. So I've been there, I've done it. And when I was doing it, because I worked with, I think we had about 172 systems that we are managing at the mine, different systems. And that translates to the different number of contractors who came into the Botswana every day, in and out, working with us. And so, you know, the more I worked with them, the more I related with them, the more that also boosted my appetite to one day see myself as a business person, working in to transform, to make a difference and walk away. That's what I want to do.
Wow, I'm impressed because normally what I observed, I think, which is obvious, is that for you to actually even, you know, then venture into business, already I can see you are disciplined, because discipline is number one for you to actually run and sustain a business. And of course you are already motivated, like I can see that one. But I have a question of are there days when you wake up and you are like, I really don't want to do this. I'm really so tired of this and that and that. What do you do then to motivate yourself to get out of that, to get out of the funk, let me just say, because that happens to anybody.
It does. It does. I think I've told myself there's one motto that I live by.
Yeah.
Show up, never give up.
Yeah.
I think that's me. I've decided that as soon as I start something, I'm going to make sure that I show up.
Yeah.
And I will never give up. I get tired. Trust me, I'm so exhausted even this week.
Yeah.
I had an event yesterday. I was speaking at Isaka on the She List Tech webinar, Women Again, as we commemorate this month.
Yes.
And I was the moderator for a panel discussion. But I had a tender that was due at 5 p.m. The webinar was starting, the panel was starting at 6, and it was a physical in-person session, so I needed to dress up and drive and go there. But I had spent 2 sleepless nights trying to complete this tender, but because I knew I had accepted that I would be at the stage on that day, I knew I had to finish the tender, quickly dress up, go there, and show up and shine. And that's what I did. Come back very tired, exhausted like no other, put my head down and lie down. And this morning, I was up because I had a client. By the way, I'm a hustler. I also make and sell ginger. So I had a client who wanted to collect their ginger at 7 a.m. And when I was waiting for them to come, they called and said, I'm running late. Can we meet at Mohoditani Superstore? Something like that. And it's about, I think, about 2 kilometers or 3 from where I was. And now I have to wake up and it's raining but I still needed to show up because it's for the client. So I made sure I wake up, I go deliver the ginger, I come back and take a nap before I move on with the rest of the day. So it's how you have told yourself that you are going to do it. There are days when I really wish I could apply for leave. But if I apply for leave, it affects my payroll. Because as a business owner, you don't wait for anybody to pay you on a specific day. Like when I used to work. Money doesn't flow like that. You have to make money. You have to work and ensure that money comes back. So whatever effort I put in, I know that the money will equate the effort.
Yeah.
And if I don't put any effort,
Yeah.
money will not come. And if money does not come, it translates to a lot of other things. So I think the desire for me is to make sure that this company doesn't collapse. I get scared every day when I get into conversations. Like yesterday, I was talking to somebody who I knew has been running a company since 2019. And they told me that they closed down last year. And because there was no business. The market, the people, he had to set people aside. And I'm here thinking, the way I struggle, I have contracts sometimes for 2 months, 3 months, but it never comes to my mind to give up. I keep saying, I'm putting a foundation. The foundation must be strong. And one day, I will also relax. I will also go on holiday. I will take the leave that I need. I will take the rest that I need. I think now when I still have the energy, let me do it. One day, who knows, I may not have the same energy that I have today. Circumstances do change. While I have the moment, live in the moment and embrace it.
Wow. And actually, yes. Also, successful people, from one thing we can all agree on is that they don't quit. And the other thing they have is they have mentor. Do you have one, a mentor? Yes. Obviously, you don't quit.
Yes, I do. I learned about mentorship when I got to the mining environment. Because when I went into the mining industry, I was shocked. It was huge. For me, it was huge. I immediately could sense the challenges. I could immediately sense the pressure. There was a lot of work. It was working 24 hours. So people were working on shifts. And as a service provider, my services needed to run 24/7. So I needed to make sure that I'm available and present for my organization 24/7. Yes, not me physically, but ensure that the team is there to give the service 24/7. So whenever you think of how can I do it better, you realize that you need somebody to cheer you up. You need somebody who can tell you can go on. You need somebody who can see sometimes even the strength and the weaknesses that you don't see in yourself and tell you to develop them even further. You need somebody who can say to you, here are the threats for your business and for yourself. Here are the opportunities. By the way, I'm also a mother. So how do you create time for your kids? You need somebody to keep reminding you that you can't do everything. You can't eat an elephant in one day. Take it a day at a time. So I do have a mentor. I talk to him once in a while. We started off when I was still in the mining environment, and we've continued up to now. So I keep checking on him. He keeps checking on me. He keeps, giving me all those insights, and I have used that as well to also grow others who are coming after me.
Actually, I think also maybe your mentor can also be called an accountability partner.
Yes.
Because this day is really for you to wake up every morning, and do what you said you would do with, according to your goals. You need to have an accountability partner. Somebody every day, even if it's not every day, I think that is important. I'm speaking for myself too. That's what happens to me. I decided I'm going to get an accountability partner. A mentor, for instance, sometimes it could also be somebody you don't even know. Like there are people who don't even know, you listen to them all the time. What do they do? How do they get to where they go to? Yes, with that I would ask, is there anything else you'd actually want to encourage listeners, viewers, who actually want to do what you are doing? Not necessarily the business you are doing, just to actually get into business and stay there.
One, you need to find your niche. I think you need to find what will make you wake up every day without complaining. And something that will keep you awake even when you want to sleep. So I think for me, just don't start any business, but look for a problem that you want to solve and that you believe you will solve it over a time.
Yes.
What is it that is bothering you about the environment you are living in? What is it that is bothering you with the people that you relate to? What is it that is bothering you in the global space that we belong to? Do you think you can solve it? Even if you don't bring 100% solution, maybe your 1% contribution will make a difference. You don't need to solve everything. But what is that one thing that keeps you awake at night and tells you that you know what, I think I want to see, say for instance, you are bothered by the fact that as Africans and as women, we are few in the IT field. What is it that I can do? Every day you wake up and you want to sleep, that comes back to your mind, they want you. So maybe that is the thing. Right now, I'm passionate about graduates. I'm passionate about graduates all over the world because there are no jobs. And kids are standing up today. They are home, they are depressed. They even tell the young ones there is no need to go and do a degree. So now if we are going to allow them to do that, what kind of societies are we going to have at the end? Because somebody going to think, when I finish my contract, I can start a business, I can get a job, I don't need to do 4 years. Because after 4 years, after all my cousin is at home and it's been 5 years. So I want them to know that yes, you may not have a job now, you may not have a business now, but you have the potential and you need to rise up and own up. Because the problem is, we tell them, no, it will be okay, one day you'll get a job. We don't need to sympathize with them. We need to tell them, you've trained, you know something, use that something to earn your living. From home, what can you do? Can you not tutor those who are doing 4-5? Can you wake up every day? When I started my business, by the way, I started my journey. I would wake up every day, take a bath. 8 o'clock, I would be sitting on my laptop. And sometimes not even doing anything. Trying to profile my company. And it was hard because I wanted to touch on so many things. But it took me months to profile. But I still woke up every morning, took a bath, sat on the table. I would take my breaks. I would go and have coffee, come and sit down. I would take an hour or 2 over lunchtime and just relax and watch TV or whatever. I would go back and work in the afternoon. By 5 o'clock, I think I'm done for the day. So nobody was paying me for that. But I was building. So I don't think graduates should be sleeping all day long, going to the streets and chatting with their friends, going home to their parents and seeing their parents go to work and they stay at home and not do anything for the rest of the day. It shouldn't be. So I'm very passionate about making a difference in their lives. Because I believe that somebody invested in me when I started working, and I can invest in them as well. And I'll be excited when I see the products and the services that they offer, whether in their businesses or in their jobs. Many years later, it may not translate to anything now, but many years later, I believe I will be able to see the fruits of the efforts that I do. I also did give digital awareness because as an IT person, I realize that sometimes the conversations that we have, even with my friends who are professionals, I realize that these people have no idea what they're talking about, but this is very simple. So I'm trying to simplify the jargon terminologies that we use. I'm trying to simplify the issues of digital transformation, cybersecurity, the Data Protection Act. I'm trying to bring it to layman language because it's things that I'm passionate about, to try and capacitate the next person to be able to stand up and shine. So it's not only about me knowing and me celebrating that, you know what, I'm an expert in this, but it's also me sharing what I know with others. So I'm on radio, I'm on schools, I do a lot because I'm passionate about that. So if you are thinking of starting a business, any business, find that thing that you will enjoy, even when you don't have anything coming back immediately. So enjoy what you're doing.
Oh, wonderful. Wow, viewers, you heard for yourself. Now, Segametsi. Now, where are you found? Where can you be found?
I love this. I wish we can continue and people find me here. But
yes.
But you know what? I'm based in Gaborone, Block 9 is the area. We have our digital footprint all over. Our website is www.servicexcellence.co.bw. Between service and excellence, keep one E, don't double the E's. So it's Service Excellence with one E in between.
Yes.
And then we can also email us at info@serviceexcellence.co.bw. Find us on Facebook and LinkedIn, Service Excellence _BW. Excellence starts with a capital X, there is no E to start it. That's where you can find us. And so we are available again on WhatsApp, and our WhatsApp line is 751622 39. So you can text us, you can call us on that number. We also have an office line for those who may be using landlines, +267 3 quad 455 3 quad 455. Very simple.
Oh, wonderful. If you like this video today, I would ask you to subscribe. I would ask you to hit that notification bell and make comments as well, by the way. And don't forget, if you need the kind of service that Segametsi Mafa of Service Excellence is providing, you know where to find her. She's already mentioned where you can find her. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, and thank you very much for hosting us. I guess we will be back. Yes.
Excellent, guys. Excellent.